Welcome to the Atlantic Indie RoundA'Bout here at CIOE 97.5 FM. I'm your host, Maurice O'Coin, and we are streaming live to the world at www.communityradio.ca. We are going to discuss and celebrate independent artists' music from all over the Atlantic region and beyond. Let's all get on the Atlantic Indie RoundA'Bout right now.
Oh, here you come now with your sweet, sweet smile. Oh, your sweet talking and your looking so fine, eyes that can melt my soul to the ground. Then you say my name with that sweet sound. Well, I heard it from my mother and my sisters too. Sometimes temptation will get the best of you. You got to be strong and hold on tight, 'cause it can be hard to pull up the fight. And you'll be rolling in the sugar tonight, rolling in the sugar sweet delight, rolling with the kisses from a honeybee, rolling in the sugar, sugar set me free. My sugar baby, I like things real sweet. Honey, I know sugar ain't no good for me. Like a candy delight, you're tempting me tonight. I got to be strong, I got to move on. I heard it from my father and my brothers too. It's like an old song that puts a spell on you. Sugar candy turns to holly, willpower's what I need. Sugar, sweet delight, rolling with the kisses from a honeybee, rolling in the sugar, sugar set me free, rolling in the sugar tonight, rolling in the sugar, sweet delight, rolling with the kisses from a honeybee, rolling in the sugar, sugar set me free.
Welcome to the Atlantic Indie RoundA'Bout tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I have a very special guest all the way from the province of Ontario. Are you in downtown Toronto?
Not anymore. We're
No.
actually up closer to Barrie, which is still just an hour from Toronto.
But you're still in Ontario and far from home. Ladies and gentlemen, Eileen Joyce, it's a pleasure to see you today, and I'm glad to see that you're doing better. Of course, you're moved to Toronto for health reasons, and it's hard to come home now. We wanted to bring Halifax to you.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and we're bringing you home, and we're bringing you home virtually.
Everybody so bad in the in the business and outside of the business. Of course, I just miss all the people.
Yeah, we wanted to bring you home virtually.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the music now. One of the reasons that I was so quick to reach out to you to get you on the show is that you're ready to start singing again.
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of writing some songs, and
it's very exciting.
Do some recording.
When's the last time you wrote a song?
I haven't written a song actually for 3 years.
Yeah, so it's due, and you're feeling up to it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Is this are you doing a full length project? Or are you just dabbling, putting a few songs out, seeing where it goes?
I think we're going to do a full length project. That's the plan. But with my health issues, I just go day by day.
Yeah.
What I can do today is what I do.
Well, you know what? Every day we wake up on the right side of the sod is a good day to write a song.
That's right. That's what I say.
And, you know, we all have our issues. And like I was always, before we got on the show here, we chatted a little bit. And, you know, like we're all at that age now. We're all ending up in the same waiting room.
You know, I don't feel like I'm up there. Do you?
No, none of us do.
We
None of us
feel like
do.
we're teenagers on stage.
I'm still reinventing the wheel. Yes.
Yeah.
So talking about the music now. So I take it that the music that you're writing is in tune with the stuff you've done in the past.
Well, you know, my music for writing purposes has kind of been always all over the map. The song kind of comes to me. And I never really quite know how it's going to end up, because I've written lots of songs that I wouldn't sing in my set. I'd give to somebody who was in a country set.
Your last album, Life is Too Short, that was in 2013 that came out?
Yeah.
Well, that album's pretty much, that's got it kind of reminds me of Broadway kind of tunes a little bit, maybe. Like it's Rolling in the Sugar, is that your...
Yeah, Rolling in the Sugar's fun.
Is that like your single, I guess, from that album?
I guess we put it out as a single first.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a great song. I love that song.
It sounds great. The listeners just got to hear that one before we started. When did you start making records?
I guess it was 2000 no, it was back in the 90s. So 98, 97. Yeah. And with a lot of help from the community, by the way. That first record I put out, all of the members of the bands, all of the recordings, the band members did for free. They rehearsed for free. They, I couldn't have asked for a better musician community.
We call it the Village now.
Yeah. Okay. And I it is like a village, because we raise each other up.
That's right. Yeah, it takes a village.
There's never anybody tearing anybody down. We're all trying to help each other. We all work with each other. We all try and, promote each other when we can. And I just always, thought that I was really, really lucky to have been in that situation. So I want to shout out to all those musicians and say thank you so much for all your help through the years.
That's a heart right there. There you go. Well, we've been really talking about this a lot lately. I think it's peculiar to our region. The Village has never been more vibrant than it is now. That's probably what you're missing a lot about.
That is it for sure. I met a lot of wonderful people here too. Don't get me wrong.
But the point of it is that we do that. And I'm glad you're on the show because, I want to remind you that it's still there, We
all had to make work for ourselves too. Yes. we all had to, back in the day, we had to make the work happen. To me, the community there of musicians is very, very special.
Been thinking too much about my troubles and such. Time to toss the blues out of sight. I've been in so much pain, cried a river of tears. Haven't had a good time, well, it's been years. So tonight's the night, I'm gonna have some fun. Shake off my troubles and the blues on the road. I've been broken so long, I forgot how to sing. By God, tonight I'm gonna let it ring. Just me and the boys, singing the blues, gonna tear down the house and tell you the news. Put your dancing shoes on, come strut your stuff. Me and the boys, oh, can't get enough. Me and the boys. Me and the boys. They swinging hot, ooh, the blues disappear. Yeah, this is the spot I want to stay here. No worries or troubles can find the way in. Come on, boys, play it again. Just me and the boys, singing the blues, gonna tear down the house. Tell you the news, put your dancing shoes on, come and start. No worries or troubles can find the way in. Come on, boys, play it again. Just me and the boys, singing the blues, gonna tear down the house, tell you the news. Put your dancing shoes on, come and strut your stuff. Me and the boys can't get enough. Me and the boys, singing the blues, gonna tear down the house, tell you the news. Put your dancing shoes on, come on, strut your stuff. Me and the boys can't get enough.
We'll be right back with the Atlantic Indie Roundabout here on CIOE 97.5 FM.
Ain't it sad, sister, how life goes? Ain't it sad, my sister, how it goes so fast?
Ain't it sad, my sister, when it doesn't go right? You and I always up for the fight.
Ain't it bad, sister, when you're down?
Ain't it bad, my sister, when you lose someone?
Ain't it bad, my sister, you feel like giving up? You and I turn it around.
We face the sun,
Sometimes life
is so sad and blue.
ooh, I know we'll make it through. Can you bring you down? Ooh, it can break your heart.
You know, sister, tomorrow's a new start. If I'm not standing by your side,
I'll be in your heart as a guide.
so get up, sister, take good care.
You're never alone.
I'll always be there. This whole world
Has its ups and downs. Ooh, I know you think you might drown in a sea of sorrow.
in a river of grief.
You know, sister,
Where to go for relief? Oh, if I'm standing
were just talking earlier about Shirley Jackson. Let's talk about that relationship. You guys played together for quite a long time on a Women in Blues show.
I started a show called Ladies in Blues.
Ladies in Blues, that's right. Yes.
And I'd known Shirley, and we'd worked together in the Blues Society that I started or co-started the second one. And we had, I said, I want to get something together that's in a non-smoking venue, because I couldn't go in the bars anymore at that time because of my lungs. And I wanted something to start something in a non-smoking venue with, women as the highlight, the female musicians as the highlight. And so Chris Ann, Cole and Doris Mason and myself and Shirley did the first show.
That's a super group.
And then we kept going for quite a number of years. I think we were up to 15 years when I left. I think we did our 15th anniversary just the year before I left. And we did a big show at the Cohen's Dunn Theater. And it was an amazing show every time we did it. We traveled it all over Nova Scotia. Different women were in the show at different times. It was like it was magic, because it was a lot of work. We had a 9-piece band. Every girl sang, 4 songs, and the musicians were amazing. It was just a magical thing when it came together at that night, every time. Mary Brown, Linda Carvery, all those people were involved. And Shirley was one of the staples of that group, her and Chris Ann. And Chris Ann actually did a lot of work with the arrangements and stuff. And I'd like next year maybe to get that group together for a reunion and do a reunion in Nova Scotia if I can get there. So, well,
that's a call to arms for all your bandmates. And
I'm telling you, guitar players and stuff. They used to try and get there to do that show, and they were like, "Oh, can I do it?"
And I guess it's a special event too. It's not like you wore it out in the bars.
Right.
Perhaps if you come home and you do the show, you guys can make a recorded event of it. So we've touched on your album, Life's Too Short. Let's go back a little further to some of your previous works. Let's talk about the changes over the years. Has your style changed much on your albums?
I don't think the style has changed much. Bill, who I write with mostly now, he is a jazz player, more than a blues player. So it's kind of that yin and yang of jazz and blues,
right,
taunting each other, which works for us. But we did do the album Blues Man, and I had to pull him towards the blues a little bit more.
That's all right.
But Blues Man is very special to me. I actually wrote the song Blues Man about the men, the musicians on the road is basically what it is. And, how they give up an awful lot to be on the road just to make enough money to live, and give up their time with their family, give up their, experiences to be home.
Everything has a value except time. It's priceless.
Yeah.
And musicians do give up a lot. You're giving up family functions, parties, weddings, And
the thing is that so I wrote that song just shortly after Rick Jeffries passed. So it was an ode to Rick and the people like him who are on the road working most of their life.
Play the blues all night. Never pays the bills, but it
listening to the Atlantic Indie Roundabout with me, your host, Maurice O'Coin.
You know, when Rick would play or when Dutch would play, you could see the people enjoying it so much. And for me, that's the addiction. I'm addicted to the music, but I'm also addicted to seeing people be happy and enjoying the music and making them feel good. And I think that's, you know, that's a big thing with us. We get addicted to that. And so we give our time.
Yeah, and we'd give it willingly over and over again.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's not that, you know, my work as a singer. I am a singer. I am a music.
It's in your fabric. That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Rick and I were both involved with the Blues Society, and Rick was really helpful when he was on the road. He would take, you know, things and posters and all that kind of stuff and anything you're doing. And he was on the board for a little while.
Yeah.
And he came to me one night and, you know, he told me he was sick. And I told him, I said, I don't think I can play at Fairley's anymore just because the smoke is killing me. You know, I had a guy come up and I was doing a high note, right? And took a deep breath of like some awful cigar.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. And he said, you know, it's not worth it, Eileen. It's not worth it, your health. No, so I stopped that and I started Ladies in Blue and did other things and worked on my albums and worked on songwriting. And I think that you know, he gave me that great advice. And then it was a few years later when they took smoke out of the bars. So it's really, you know, and then I sang that song at Dutch Mason's, at his Order of Canada ceremony.
That's lovely.
Which was great. And Garrett plays guitar on the album.
Yeah, oh,
right?
that's
Garrett
wonderful.
plays guitar on Bluesman.
It's a great story for that song.
My mother's favorite song and my dad's favorite song. Out on the Myra would be one of my mother's favorite songs, which she made me sing every chance she got.
You probably didn't enjoy that song as much then as you do now.
Yes, that's true. And Farewell to Nova Scotia, even when I was like 10, 9, 8, if company came over, she would make me sing Farewell to Nova Scotia to the company. And so now, you know, I am saying Farewell to Nova Scotia in a way, and I may record that this year.
That's poignant too, where you don't live in Nova Scotia anymore. So, yeah, it just seems like the right thing to do. Yeah. So let's talk about the new project now. So plans now to do another recording. That's how this conversation started for this show, actually.
Yeah.
And what will you be using for people? And like, how are you? Because you've worked with Scott Ferguson like on your last 3 albums. Yep. Is he going to do some stuff remotely with you still?
Absolutely. If I could get him up here to Toronto, I would get him doing video.
Well, you know, everybody's getting pretty good at this. Even as recently as 2013, when you did that album, this would have been a very difficult project to embark on in your present, you know, where you're in Toronto and, you know, with your health issues and all that and limited travel and all that. Right now, it's a walk in the park because everybody's set up for it.
Got this set up.
And they're getting good at it.
Yeah.
You're getting really good at it. So I think it's going to be great, and it'll be great to hear some new music coming out from you. It's been a pleasure having you on, Eileen. All the best. Thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us today, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you tough enough to be my man? Can you stand the heat in my frying pan? Come along if you think you can. Are you tough enough to be my man? When things go wrong, will you hang around, or will you sink like a ship when it's run aground? Can you bite your tongue when I'm crazy mad? Can you hold me tight when I'm all so sad?
Yes, I'm tough enough to be your man, and I'll take the heat in your frying pan. The fever's hot, so I know that I can. Yeah, I'm tough enough to be your man. When things get loose and we get tight, let's take it farther than just one night.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more of the Atlantic Indie Roundabout, right here at CIOE 97.5 FM and streaming to the world at www.communityradio.ca.
Just what we shared over the years, how much that you cared. I'll always remember just what we had over the years. We shared more good than bad. Some other day, if you pass me
Welcome back to the second half of the Atlantic Indie Roundabout and our second special guest tonight, the legendary Shirley Jackson. This is surely going to be great. Enjoy. This is a really cool show because this is actually the second half of the show that I started yesterday. But Eileen Joyce was on, and here we are in the second half. It's wonderful having you here today.
It's great to be here, Maurice. Thanks for having me.
I can't wait to hear your side of the story.
Oh, great. It was fantastic working with Eileen all those years with Ladies in Blues. And she worked her butt off putting those shows together. And she had some of the best musicians playing on those shows and wonderful singers.
It was a big band.
Yeah, big band, and Linda Carberry and
You got to play a lot of soft cedars and stuff.
Yeah, we all theater shows. Which
I think you said your last show was at the Rebecca Cohen. Was at the James Dunn Theater. One of your last shows.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, she speaks of it very fondly. She wants to revisit it, I think.
Oh, that would be incredible. Yeah, we did those every year for 20 years. So.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And the musicians that passed through that show, and I'm sure that really brought your game up too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and just the opportunity to be involved in those shows was great. Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of going to go back to the beginning a little bit here. So how long have you been actually playing in the business, playing music yourself? And when did you get it? Like a long time ago. Like you're not a late bloomer. You started when you were probably a teenager, maybe. You picked up the instrument at school.
I started playing guitar when I was 9. And
so it's been in your life.
I was a drummer in rock bands through my early years.
Well, they're before my time because I remember you always as a saxophonist.
Yeah, that was before I was a drummer in a blues band here when I first moved to Nova Scotia in 86, 87 with the Powerhouse Blues Band with Phil Putnam.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember the name of that band. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, I played drums in that band and then switched over to saxophone. I went to Dalhousie and got my education degree and majored in percussion with Jim Faraday and saxophone with Don Palmer, who just recently passed away, and taught for band in school for 22 years. And my big plan was, in the school system. Yeah, my big plan was to, when I retired, was to travel and play music, and that was short-lived because that was 2019, and look where we've been since.
Yeah.
I made it to Spain, Nashville, and just got home from Nashville after that big tornado, and they locked us all down, and it's all been going crazy since.
Where we're going to start our discussion is from the intro song, Over a Lifetime, which was, it's kind of neat. That just got celebrated for an award nomination. I'd like you to tell us about that. It's called the World Songwriting Awards. And so I just found out going into 2022 that I was in the top 10 for the World Songwriting Awards with that song, Over a Lifetime. So that's kind of the second one I've gotten through them. The first one was last summer with a song I wrote called River of Dust. Well, you're getting good mileage out of that album.
I guess so, eh?
That's
because that album came out in 2012.
Yeah.
Off of When the Money's All Gone.
Well, let's check that one out now. River of Dust, and then we'll come right back and continue this conversation.
Mother Earth, keep us safe and grounded. And Father, hear our cries. There's little children dying, and we're still asking why. Countries fighting over oil wells, others waited through the mud. There's floods and rising waters. We're still spilling our brother's blood. There's fire on the mountain. There's lightning in the
was River of Dust, and that was from your 2012 album, When the Money's All Gone?
Yeah, that certainly was.
So you say you have 5 albums out. That's remarkable. A lot of people hope to have 1 in their career. You have 5. Good for you.
Yeah, well, I guess, a lot of hard work and support of some great friends and musicians here in the Maritimes. 4 of them are with the Good Rockin' Daddies, and then we had a side project called, which was a quartet, the Side Cats, and it was more rootsy folk material, and we put out a CD called Making Tracks with the Side Cats.
So that would have been a whole different group of musicians?
It was 4 of us out of the Good Rockin' Daddies, so Good Rockin' Daddies minus drums, and the other guitar player. So I played guitar and sax, and Don Hatfield was playing baritone. Rob McIntosh, who has recently, since passed away, he was our tenor player, and my son playing bass, Jeff Poroshenko.
That's great. You recorded it locally, did you, in Halifax?
Yeah, we recorded that at Echo Chambers with Charles Austin.
One of the reasons for your success is that you do proper production. You get all your CDs, all your albums are they're top notch. You got great musicians. None of them sound like demo tapes. You get 5 albums out now. You know exactly what you're doing, and you're seeing results, and that's great. And you won a couple Maple Blues Awards as well.
Yes, I did. The first one I won was in 2003, and then the last one I won was in 2018, going into 2019. And I was nominated.
In full flight. Yeah, you were in full flight at the beginning of this. Wow.
Yeah, so I was nominated 3 times and won twice. So yeah, it was that was a real honor to be recognized by the Maple Blues Awards.
Yeah, no, that's held in high regard with everybody. Some big names have won that award, and you're in fine company.
She used to be pretty. She used to be cool. She was the one all the guys wanted when we were in school. She had herself a good job and fancy clothes. We thought she had it all, but what did we know? She used to have money, friends all over town. But isn't it funny when the money's all gone, there's not a soul around. She had herself a big house and a fancy car. She used to travel around the world with a man on each arm. She had the finest jewelry and high-class clothes. She was the one that we called lucky, but what did we know? She used to have money, friends all over town. But isn't it funny when the money's all gone, there's not a soul around. to have a big house and a fancy car. She used to travel around the world with a man on each arm. She had the finest jewelry and high-class clothes. We thought she had it all, but what did we know? She used to have money, friends all over town. But isn't it funny when the money's all gone, there's not a soul around? Isn't it funny when the money's all gone, there's not a soul around?
We'll be right back with the Atlantic Indie Roundabout here on CIOE 97.5 FM. Let's talk your latest album.
The latest one, Things Keep Looking Up, came out in 2017, so that's the latest one.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously that was just, it was just prior to all of this, so that you're, like I said, you're on a trajectory. You had your wings clipped.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. So, but it kind of forces you into reevaluating where you're at and what you're doing and how you're going to present yourself now, because there's so much of this technology stuff that we all got to learn now to be able to still put our music out there and still be heard. So
a lot of people nowadays are doing remote recording, sending tracks off here and there, and you've probably learned how to do some of that in this.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the process of, that's part of what I'm trying to learn, how to get a grip on all of this stuff.
It's pretty handy when you live in the country too. You can send a lot of your work in over the internet. Just have a good mic and record it at home, and then send the tracks into your producer in the studio. And these are skill sets that people are really starting to get handy with now.
Yeah. So I'm learning how to present yourself on Zoom and.
Well, so do you have material set aside for another album?
I do. I have. Probably. In the last 2 years, I've written about 15 songs that are just...
Oh, what a strong collection you'll have to choose from.
Sitting here waiting to do something.
Yeah. You wrote 15 songs, so if you say 10 or 12 songs, you're going to have a really good... You're going to have 10 or 12 very strong tunes. That's wonderful.
Oh, I think so, yeah. Pretty excited about it. It's just, getting the stuff out there. People can hear it, so...
I mean, you've got a body of work. You must have over 100 songs written now, or recorded by now, or close to it. I mean, between all your projects. I mean, if somebody opens up your discography and they go, wow, that's priceless.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for that. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I've known you all these years, and you keep pumping out tunes, and, that's why everybody loves you.
Thanks, Maurice. I don't know what I'd do if I wasn't doing this. So.
Can you imagine? So, Shirley, if you have a sentimental favorite of all your songs, and one of those ones that really always stands, which one would that be?
Over a Lifetime was written for, being sentimental.
There you go. Well, there's your answer.
But since we already played that one, I wrote a song called "He Won't Be Coming Back." And, that sounds either very, very good or very bad. It's it was good for me, but not. Yeah.
No, it's a good song. He Won't Be Coming Back. We should check that out. That sounds interesting.
When they met, he was real sweet. Now she slaves away 7 days a week, putting food on the table and clothes on their backs. While he drinks, he gambles and he plays the she can't run, she can't get too far. With 7 hungry children and a broken down car. Tired of being afraid and alone at night. He's been drinking, there'll be one big fight. He raises his fist, he pulls out a gun. Those kids get scared, they dial 911. It's driving her crazy, he's gone insane. She needs to find a way to stop this hurt and pain. She leaves the house before the break of day. She's got a plan, she's found a better way. With a pick and a shovel in a gunny's sack. She'll keep that man from ever coming back. Now he can't beat her, she won't hurt. Her secrets are hid in a pile of dirt. Her secrets are hid in a pile of dirt. Her secrets are hid in a pile of dirt. Her secrets are hid in a pile of dirt. Her secrets are hid in a pile of dirt. Her secrets are hid in a pile of dirt. Secrets are hid.
Well, I'm glad to see you're doing well, and your new abode. You're a little farther out in the country, so the air is a little cleaner. And,
Yeah, the air's clean, and I have this great big yard. If we ever get back into being able to have people around,
yeah, you were famous for those little parties. You had some great people playing in your backyard where you used to live.
Oh yeah, we used for every year I'd have a party called the All Horns on Deck party.
A lot of people are wishing they could throw those parties again.
Yeah, oh my
But
God.
we're all getting ready for brighter days.
Yep, and there are brighter days ahead for sure.
There are. You made my day brighter. You made our listeners' days brighter, and it's so lovely having you on today. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
And I
Marie.
can't wait to hear this when it's on the show. Well, have a lovely day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great. Thanks, Maurice.
Wonderful. Thanks for listening to the Atlantic Indie Roundabout with me, your host, Maurice Aucoin. And from our village to yours, take care and good night.